Hi everyone, in this video we're going to be talking about the Performance Suite here in Click Insights. You would have seen in my previous videos me showing you how to set up your first account and your first project, and then essentially integrating Google Search Console and GA4 into your first project on Click Insights. So essentially in this video I'm going to go through Performance Suite, all the dashboards, all the features. So yeah, let's jump right in. So the first thing we look at is when you click onto your performance button here, you go to what's called our overview. Now, our overview dashboard takes elements from both GA4 and also Google Search Console. So at the top here, we've got information from Google Search Console. Some of you will be familiar with this sort of data. Moving on, we've got our top keywords on our top organic pages. Anytime you see this here, view report, this goes into more depth in terms of where data comes from. So you want to see the top 1,000 pages or top 100 pages, you essentially could click on view report and it will take you to exactly where that report is hosted within Click Insights. Moving on, you got your page views, you got your desktop, mobile, tablet, smart TV, pie graph. If you're a e-commerce business, you'll have your total revenue. If you're not, you'll basically have a different graph there entirely. And then essentially you've got your impressions as well from Google Search Console, which you'll be familiar with. Moving down, you've got your kind of classic data set in terms of your kind of channel mix, the geography where your traffic is coming from. And also you'll have down here, you've got your conversion. So if you set up any conversion in J4, it then marries it over to Click Insights, along with your top landing pages and also for e-commerce businesses, your top selling kind of product. If we then go down into your GA4 performance, which we're going to click on traffic summary now. Let that load up. Perfect. Also at the top, you'll see here on all of our kind of dashboards, you can change the date. So the kind of date picker, you can compare, contrast from previous dates, previous months, weeks, days, so on and so forth. So we're on the traffic summary dashboard now within a Performance Suite of Click Insights. We've got what classic line graph. You can also click on, click off in terms of the different channels. So you can see exactly how things are progressing over time. You got your traffic overview, which looks at kind of sessions, page views, total users, new users, bounce rate, so on and so forth. Your device, which we've seen on the previous dashboard, your channel mix, and your new versus returning kind of customers, users. Moving down, this is something I'm really proud of. For those of you who have been around the industry for quite some time, you'll be using different versions of Google Analytics. The last version before GA4 used to give you the opportunity to view your kind of data in this similar kind of table. You used to be able to view, essentially, if you're interested in what landing pages were referring traffic through organic search, you could easily create that drop down. In GA4, you've got a build dimension, which can be quite fiddly, but we've actually pre-built some dimensions for you. So if you click on the eye, and this goes throughout the whole of our software platform. If you click on the eye tool, it'll then drop down and give you some more data within that kind of data set. So I'm going to click on that here. What's going to happen is that's going to drop down and we are going to see which landing pages are producing as traffic. Moreover, you can also play around with what columns are visible. You can export data as well into CSV to obviously do some additional analysis. Also, as I mentioned before, we bring in conversions from GA4. So anything that's been set up in GA4 will automatically be brought into Click Insights. Okay. And then within that, you can also pinpoint exactly which conversion you're interested in viewing. So let's say you're a e-commerce store, you could bring in basically revenue or product sold. If you're more of a lead generation type business, you're interested in contact forms, demos, downloadable PDFs, everything that is being set up in GA4 is brought into Click Insights, as I say. Then you can select which conversion you want to see, and then that will change the data within your event per session event, but then count key events. Okay. So you see exactly which pages are producing you the conversions. Okay. Really simple and very quick. Moving on to AI, something again, we built this. I'm really impressed with this feature. So essentially in GA4, you can build a dimension that tells you how much traffic or how much referral traffic you're getting from ChatGPT, Perplexity, Gemini, and the other LLMs. Okay. So we've actually pre-built this for you. So essentially you have the AI traffic. So again, we have the graph. You can change your dates. You've got date picker. You compare, contrast as normal. You can click on and click off the LLM types. You also got total sessions, total users, all from LLMs, amount page views. You got your devices. You got your basic LLM search engine splits. You got your new and returning users. And then also down here, you got it split by LLM. For us, on this particular report, ChatGPT is one that's producing most referring traffic, and then kind of Perplexity second, and then Gemini the kind of third. Moving down, we then got actual landing pages that are producing the traffic. Which of our landing pages are producing referring traffic? Again, you can play around with the conversions, and you can see which are basically producing which referring landing page is producing you the leads or conversions or revenue that you're interested in basically seeing. Moving on, other kind of tool set, we've got geolocation. This is all we're very familiar with, everyone who's familiar with a GA4. So moving down, again, your geolocation, you can basically map out by state, by country. So it's region, the kind of city. Events, which is basically conversions. Again, you can see exactly which conversion type is producing you the most activity. If you hit that button, it also then show you which pages and what search engines, what channels are basically bringing that. Basically popular pages, so users by page. There's the next one I've clicked on there. Again, you can see which pages are most popular for you. E-commerce, so this is only visible if you have e-commerce data coming in. You don't, this particular dashboard will be hidden. So you only see this for users who are essentially a e-commerce business. Device, so if it's desktop, mobile, tablet, smart TV, and then browser, essentially Firefox, Chrome, Safari, so on and so forth. Opera in there as well. And one person using Internet Explorer. There you go. So that kind of goes through our GA4 performance area. The next area kind of worth looking at is going to be our Google Search Console performance. So I've already preset this here. So essentially we've got two types. We've got pages or keywords. But basically, if you click on pages, you'll see the page totals. And if you were to click into a blue box, you'll see the keywords within those pages. If you click on keywords and then click on the blue box again, you'll see what pages that keyword has activity in terms of impressions, clicks, and so forth. I think page is probably the best way to look at it, but that's down to you entirely. You've got a date picker, compare, contrast, click on, click off in terms of clicks, impressions, positions over time. If you were to click on the blue box, which I've preset this here, it then gives you the keywords underneath, the keywords that are basically found and essentially having activity through that landing page. Now, what is really useful as part of our kind of research package for this, let's say you find there's a couple of keywords in here that you're not already tracking. Okay, for whatever reason, you want to start tracking them within the actual core keyword tracking dashboards that we have here at Click Insights. We've got to click on the keyword, and that will set up another box, which will load up here. We click on that. So basically track selected keywords. I've selected one here, for instance, and then a pop-up will appear in a few seconds, which is here. And essentially this allows you to select the search engine. I've only got this is only for UK centrics, but if you had a domain that was targeting multiple locations, you'd have all your searches listed. So that gives you opportunity to be targeting that keyword in all your different locations. So search engine, your keyword, and also you can add a tag. So basically you can make sure that it sits within a tag within a project. I think tags are really important in terms of segmentation and analysis and just general organization of your projects. So you can add a tag in there, and then literally you click on track keywords, and that starts tracking that particular keyword for you. So I'm going to click off that for a minute. And essentially that kind of brings us to the end of the Performance Suite at Click Insights. I hope that video has been useful to you, and I'll catch you on the next video.